couple of days. With that, it's the last couple of days of my foundation special at minutewithmary.com. So if you are needing foundation, concealer, primer, setting products, blush, bronzer, any of those kind of things, you're going to want to head to minutewithmary.com or send me a message if you need a color match, as it is our final days. Hi everybody, I'm going to quickly do some makeup. My hair, of course, is going to look ridiculous as I tie it back and pull it out of my face, but do me a favor and put hashtag Hello Lovely right down in those comments below. What that hashtag Hello Lovely does, it does a couple of things. It helps me see if comments are working. It gives me a high five over the interweb, over the internet. It's a little friendly hello. And yeah, it just makes me smile. So please feel free to leave that hashtag Hello Lovely, even if you're watching this on the replay. My name is Mary Larson. If you don't know me, I'm a mom of two. I'm married to my best friend Blake, and together we podcast about TV and book series and movies. We have an absolute blast doing it. This month has been a little chaotic when it comes to our normally scheduled podcasting schedule. I'm going to put a little bit of mattifying face primer on. Hi, Gail. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Thank you so much for the hashtag Hello Lovely. Putting on a little bit of face primer. This is going to fill in my pores and my fine lines so my makeup doesn't settle in it. And it also is going to act like Velcro. So if you suffer from your makeup kind of settling into places where you don't want it to, or if you realize that it doesn't really stay on your face the way that you want it to, you might want to check out getting a primer. So primers are part of my September special. When you put primer on your face, you do want to let it sit for a couple of minutes. Think of it as like wet concrete filler. If you have potholes in your neck of the woods and you have to like let that set, that's what this is going to do. It's like my pores are potholes on my face. So I need to give it a couple of minutes to set. So what I like to do during this time frame is kind of work around my eyes, whether with eyeshadows or concealer. And I'm going to start with the concealer there. So good. Thank you so much for the hashtag Hello Lovelies. You're just warming my heart. We have just had a busy September, whether it is getting back into the swing of things with kid activities and school and sports. We've also had some other like personal things been going on, which has prevented me from going live and podcasting as much as I would want to. Whether it was from commitments, just time-wise that I couldn't, or I'll be real with you, there have been some days where I've just been tearful, and it is so hard to show up on camera and podcast about a joyful show or series when you can't. You know what I mean? There's definitely some method to the fake it till you make it, and then there is some truth to the fact that sometimes you can't. And I would actually say like the biggest reason why I didn't pursue necessarily being on air and being in television full time, because I had done that prior to having my little lad, prior to having my son. I was on TV, and I'll tell you, one of the things that I struggled with the most was that you couldn't have a bad day. You couldn't have a bad day. In most jobs, you can go in and like speak to your coworkers and be like, hey, I'm feeling under the weather. I've had a rough day. You know, we've had a loss or anything like that. And your coworkers and the people in your space understand. They understand that you're human. Even as a teacher, I found that I could tell my students, you know, if I was sick, if I was struggling with a cold, if I just needed a quiet day, I wouldn't divulge, personal stuff with them necessarily, but I could just say like, hey, just so you guys know, I'm not feeling well today, so I'm going to be a little quieter. It's nothing personal. It's just I'm not feeling myself. And people get that, right? People totally get it. But I will say that if you're on TV, if you're a performer of any sense, maybe you're a performer on stage or whatever, you can't really have bad days. You can have it internally. You can have it when you're not on stage or not on camera, but you can't do that. And that was such a difficult mind issue for me, where I was like, wow, like you have to kind of grin and bear it. And even if, your time on camera isn't too awfully long, it can still be really tough. I'm taking my eyeshadow palette number 9. This is my favorite eyeshadow palette. This is one of my favorite ones to recommend for people who are looking for eyeshadows, because there's 9 different shadows in here and you can just use them in like a tic-tac-toe manner. I'm going to use this shade right here, the lower matte kind of neutral shade, just to set the concealer that I put on my eyelids. I have a lot of freckles and darkness on my eyes. I am going to be wearing my glasses. Oh no, Yes, I am going to be wearing my glasses. So I want behind my eyes to look a little bit brighter and lighter, as the glasses do put a shadow. So when I was on television, you can definitely suck it up a little bit, but if you're going through something difficult, for me, I was pregnant, so even just kind of like trying to hide nausea or things like that were a little difficult. This is really bright. Are you guys, does this light look too bright, or is it okay? Please let me know. So, it was definitely something where it was difficult for me, and it's one of the reasons why I chose to come on over to podcasting, because I thought with podcasting, a lot of it can just be voice. I'm still going to use the same eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go into this matte light brown. You can also use a bronzer, and I'm going to lay this down as a transition shade and on my lower lid, and this is just going to add some dimension and warmth to my eyelids and add a little something. Add a little something, something. But yeah, so with podcasting, originally it was just audio based, and I found that was a bit easier for me to do, no matter what the situation that I was going through. And of course, we podcast about things that generally make us happy. So that also has been super, super helpful. But this month, between kid activities and, as I said, we just kind of had some life situations going on that have made it really hard, whether just scheduling wise because of things going on in life, or just difficult things going on in life, not being able to necessarily show up as a happy self has been hard. So rather than fake it, and kind of go through that, we just had to say, okay, we need to pause a couple of things until we're in a better headspace and into a better ability. So I appreciate, if you are a podcast listener of ours, of Men in Kilts or the Potterverse, I appreciate your patience as we have gone through just a busy September, busy with emotions, busy with life. So as I said, I just took that little light brown shade. I still kept on my lower lid light and bright, and this is really going to allow behind my glasses to have a bit of dimension but still look like, lightness behind my eyeballs. Hi Vicki, thank you so much for the hashtag hello lovely. I really appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day. And as I said earlier in the video, all of my base face items are on sale for just today and tomorrow. After that, it's going to be a brand new monthly special. So if you're looking to get some new concealer, foundation, blush, bronzer, what have you, you're going to want to grab it now while you can. I am going to use, is this the one that I want to use? Yeah, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for my liquid foundation. This is a serum foundation. It can be light coverage to full coverage, just depending upon how much you use. You do have to shake it, almost like you have to shake salad dressings, as there's skincare infused in here. So this is really going to help if you want properties that help with anti-aging, as this actually has ingredients in it that help kind of distract from those issues, but it also helps plump some of your fine lines and stuff. So I'm a big fan. I'm gonna first just put a little bit right in my areas of biggest concern, and this shade is my winter shade. This is the shade Organza. So I did have a couple of friends who are like me, who their skin tones change, whether it's from summer into the winter, and they're like, which one do I get? So some people end up getting, this just feels like it's way too bright, so apologies. Okay, that feels better. Does that look better for you? Can you let me know in the comments if that looks better? It's cloudy and rainy, and the situation with my window keeps changing. So some people, they go through like a rainbow of different colors with their skin tones. If you tan, even if you wear SPF, it can change. Some people, they just stay the same shade. So when it comes to foundations, a lot of people have a summer shade and a winter shade. And at this time of year, they might be wondering, which one do I get? Like I'm still rocking a bit of my summer color, but which one do I get? So I recommend, if you're someone who's going to become Casper the Friendly Ghost like I am in a couple of months, to get your winter shade and get a blush or a bronzer to kind of help make up for the difference in color. So as you got to see, when I first put the product on and it was really concentrated, it was super light, but blended out, it really matches well with my skin. So know that too, that if you gob on a lot of the product, it is going to be its like most true form. But if you're going for more of a light to medium coverage like what I have right now, it kind of blends in with the natural coloring of your skin. So the more foundation that you use, the more fuller coverage, you are going to most likely need to use more bronzer or more blush to bring color back. No matter what, whether it's your summer or winter shade, you're going to have to adjust a little bit. So for me, I love to have my freckles shine through, and I love to have some of my natural coloring shine through. So I just did a little bit of that product. It was about 2 drops worth, and I put it on the back of my palm, and then I applied it where I needed the most coverage, and then I blended from there. A lot of people need the most coverage right here in the center of their face. It's where a lot of people have redness and unevenness to their skin. That for me is where I have a lot of my freckles. So I still like to let my freckles shine. So I instead applied it where I needed it and blended it out. Blended it out. Let's see. Your voice is so calming. Why, thank you. I didn't know it was calming. That makes me feel good. I'm going to go in now with a matte bronzer. So just going to take, this is the lightest shade. This is the shade Fair. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that dimension that I was talking about. So I'm going to enhance my cheekbones, add a little bit of lift and a little bit of warmth. NSYNC dropped their new song today. Have you heard it? Have you heard it? Better Place. Of course, they've been kind of teasing it online on social media and had little clips here and there, but today is the official day that it drops. You can hear it, in your Apple Music and your Alexa and your Spotify, wherever you stream or purchase music. But I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited for them to do that. I know everybody is like, are they going to go on tour? The truth of the matter is I don't think they're going to go on tour. Like, these are people who have established families and lives, and it's super busy, and big tours especially take like so much time and planning, and it really uproots a family. So it would be something that I'm like, if they did a tour, it might be something that they're just at a place for a little while, and like move their whole families there, whether it's Vegas or who knows what. And it's like, all right, guys, you come to us if you really want to see us. But still, once again, that kind of like uproots the whole family for a while. I could also see them doing like major cities and doing like a really pared down, like to tell them like, this is no Beyonce, this is no Taylor Swift. Like, we are here to have fun and make merry, but don't expect like giant sets and stages and dancers, like we're here to dance and sing and to the best of our abilities, and just to have fun and to like relive old memories, like just kind of like have a song and then have a chat. I'd be down for that. All right, so I just concentrated that bronzer in areas that I wanted to add dimension. I'm just gonna take a big brush right now and just kind of warm things up. So this is where I'm talking about, I'm using my winter shade, but I'm still in transition of my colors. So you can take some bronzer, and that's gonna really help warm up your winter shade if you still have tan, on your chest or anything like that. This also, as I said, just kind of like helps slim down the face. So big fan of it. But I'm so excited about them just like getting together and doing a song. It's like perfect time of like homecoming and stuff. You think about high school and college homecoming, and this is like an NSYNC homecoming. All right, my hair is bananas. As I said, this isn't really how it's gonna be, but I'm just pulling it out of my face while I apply this makeup. Come on, don't be too bananas. Don't be too bananas. We are going to a wedding tomorrow, so I have to figure out my makeup for the wedding as well. It is one of my nearest and dearest friends. This is my all-in-one color stick in the shade Juicy Apricot. How could I not wear it with this shirt, right? I find with most of my color sticks, 1 or 2 dots does the trick. However, with my Juicy Apricot, I like to go a little heavy-handed. I like to really amp it up. So if you are a big fan of blush, you can just do a bunch like what I just did, or you can do a dot and then build from there. I definitely suggest, if you've never used a cream blush before, do a dot, blend, try some more, but you can see just the difference of like lots of massive color payout versus a couple of little dots. And then I like to bring it around my forehead. So I'm gonna amp it up over here. But this shade I find comes out a little lighter than some of the other color sticks. So that's why I know for me, for my blush tendencies and how I like it, I can go a little heavier handed. But I like to bring it the same areas that I brought that bronzer. I just find like peachy, orangey shades really kind of meld well when it comes to a bronzed look. So I just bring it all over. Bring it all over. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll be listening to that song. It's going to be, of course, on the Trolls soundtrack. That's why they came together to do that, because of course Justin Timberlake being the voice of Branch in the Trolls universe. Gonna go in now and do some of my Quadra. So my Quadra is my 4-in-1 lash product. I have 3 different types of mascaras, whether you're looking for a natural mascara, a volume building mascara, or this one that I'm talking about is actually a 4-in-1 lash product. So it has lash growth serum, primer, lash primer, tubes and fibers all in one, and it comes in like this beautiful silver tube. So whenever you're applying mascara, if you're going to do your lower lashes, do them first. And then with your upper lashes, hold your mirror underneath your chin, and this is really going to help so that you don't have mascara all over your eyelid. I still usually make a mess up because I'm talking and I'm moving so much when I'm applying my mascara and I'm live at the same time, but this will definitely cut back on the amount of mishaps. So if you ever put on mascara and it somehow ends up in other areas of your face, this is a big tip for you. But I have absolutely loved this one. It gives a very natural look. It goes on buttery smooth, and then you can do like a light coat like that. There's actually 2 sides of the wand, which is neat. There's a bristle side and then a silicone wand side. I find the bristle side gives really nice, light, fluttery, natural kind of lashes, and then the silicone side, I find for my lashes, deposits a bit more volume, and kind of like enhances the drama a little bit. And then what I do is I take the tip of the wand and I go in and I individually paint kind of the ends of the lashes. This is a great tip for whichever mascara that you use. A lot of people want to have really long, voluminous lashes, and they just keep coating root to tip, root to tip, root to tip, and you're just weighing your lash down. So focus at first really wiggling the product at the base, and then afterwards, you can almost hold your brush, perpendicular to your lashes and coat them that way. And it's really going to allow your lashes to look nice and long. You're just putting that product right on the tips. Good morning. Thanks so much for tuning on in. Oop, gonna make my mistake again, looking straight on. Right. So once again, I'm going to use the bristle side of this. The Quadra, this 4-in-1 lash product is actually also in my September special. So if you needed a new blush, maybe a primer, foundation, concealer, any of those kind of things, plus you wanted to try the Quadra, you can save up to 25%. You just go to minutewithmary.com. If you have questions about which color would look great on you, please send me a message. We do only have today and tomorrow for you to take advantage of the savings, and everything on my site comes with a love it guarantee. So you get money back. If you don't love it, within 2 weeks, I get you all your money back. Within 90 days, so that's 3 months, if you don't love it, you actually get product credit back. So, if you do get a foundation shade and in a month you're a completely different foundation shade, we can get you product credit, so you can get essentially like your next one for free. So I am here to serve you and to help you feel more confident when it comes to all your beauty needs. All right, so there you go. It was a really quick, easy look. I used my Serum Plus foundation. I warmed things up with some matte bronzer. I used my all-in-one color stick in Juicy Apricot, but I'm also going to use that on my lips right now. It's this really, orangey shade, but it goes perfectly with my sweater, so how could I not do it? So you can use this all-in-one stick on your lips, your cheeks, and even your eyelids. And there's all different shades. There's like grape shades, there's light pinks. This one's of course called Juicy Apricot. Let's fix this wild hair right here. All right. Do me a favor, if you haven't yet put hashtag Hello Lovely down in those comments, please do. As I said, it's a little way for me to make sure that the video is working for people. It's your little way to wave over the internet. I appreciate you taking the time to come out and hang out with me here online. I hope you have a most wonderful day and a fantastic weekend. If any of these products strike your fancy and you want to learn a little bit more, please do not hesitate to shoot me a message. This is something that brings me so much joy, is to help other people feel more confident and creative. So make sure you send me a message, especially while the sale is going on. And on that note, I will talk with you soon. Take care.